Ascension tournament going on live right now. We are in the top 8 and we're gonna watch Alexandre with battling Chris. We're gonna jump live into the match as it's going on already. Here we are. Beautiful. And let's check out what they're playing. How's everybody doing? We have the legendary augment phase after the round 2. Alexandre going for Power Ascent and Titan's Redoubt. That's pretty good. We have pretty much a mirror match, but we see the enemy prioritizing Gyro right here, the Rebel line. Let me see if I can get a marker on screen. Big shout out to our sponsors, Illuvidata and also Arcade. You can find both links in the description down below. We're also gonna play some material from them later on today. Alright, let me tag the other influencers. Maybe we can get somebody on screen on the stage. Alright, how is it going? How is Alexandre versus Chris going right here? We're seeing Alexandre going for Spore, Air, Nature, 6 Rogues, 2 Revenants, so a little bit of a different build than we usually see. It's not the classic Rampfire meta, and enemy is also going for 6 Rogues, 2 Revenants, but he's playing Dust. So Chris is going for Dust, Fire and Air, and Alexandre is going for 3 Spore, 3 Air, 3 Nature. That's looking pretty good. Now we have the augment phase. Alexandre bringing in the monkey, completing his board with 3 air, 3 earth, 3 spore, 3 nature. Looks like a really stacked board. And basically the main damage dealer is gonna be Gyro, the Hedgehog. Whereas we see Chris already having the Ramphi in, so he might upgrade that to be a Rampfire very soon. We might see that in the next turn, and the meta has shifted a little bit to 6 Rogues. Sweet. I'm also doing a little bit of the tournament organization in the background. Alright. Brian won, that's pretty good. Let me report that. Alright, we got him. Sweet, how are we doing here with Alexandre versus Chris? Going for the augments, either water infusion. Yes, he's picking water infusion. Probably gonna put that on the Adorius, right? There we go. Here comes the Gyro, the main damage dealer. Usually you wanna have the same augments as for Rampfire. His Omega should crit. He didn't find one of those yet. Upgrading the monkey as well. He has 2 mystics, 2 revenant, empath, rogues, everything you could need in here. And Chris still only has a Ramphi on the board. Still didn't upgrade the Rampfire. playing around the gyro as well, which seems to be the new main damage dealer. We have in-game sound. Alright, let's see. Gyro right here on the side wants to roll over. Enemy gyro rolls first, blinding and reducing the Omega power because of the dust. Hard to see what's going on, who is winning, who is losing. Hey, here comes the big Rampy cast. Seems like Chris got this round. And he didn't even upgrade his Rampy yet. Dodge chance off the Spore with 3 Spore, huge though. We can see as the Ranger and the Vermilia stay alive for a long time, finally able to take them down. And Chris is able to pounce back on his last life. He has not many health points left, so he needs to win every round going forward from here to win the match. Who are the other players in the top 8? We got the Brian, Neil, Alexandre, Chris, Witty, Tect, W, Hisapio, and Nefer. Alright, let's watch it. Alexandre is thinking about what to do next. He brought in the Gorilla, which is crazy, so he's activating Mud with the Gorilla and the Monkey, while keeping those 6 rogues activated on the board. And both of the players didn't get on Omega Crit Augment, which is kind of the core augment for the gyro, which is super interesting to see. A little bit of reposition, clumping them all up to the side. Alrighty, we also have another match that we can spectate after this one. Let's see who is winning. Big Rampy cast, big Rampfire cast, killing all the board. Here comes another cast, 2 casts in a row. And it seems like Chris is able to take down yet another round. And now they're both down to their last life, both around 200 HP, and they're gonna battle it out for the win right here. This is the first round in the best of 3. Get an upgrade to the Malura. Some augments for the gyro. And without the crit augment, gyro is just not as good as a carry as the Rampfire. That's the real problem here. Bad luck on the augments. We have a little bit of RNG. When it's coming down to the augments. But every game needs a little bit of RNG. If it's too much RNG, you can let the developers know in the Illuvium Arena Discord. Alright, last round. Who is gonna take it? Alexandre or Chris? Let's see. Alright, we're seeing Chris also repositioning a little bit, bringing in bigger units, upgrading his units. We are now able to ascend our units to upgrade them. Full focus on the Adorius, but he gets untargetable, so he resets that focus. Ramfire is still next to him, so that's gonna hit hard. If Ramfire goes up into the air, it's gonna be super close. Ramfire actually casting, but he's dying in the air, and that's gonna be it. Alexandre takes the match. That's the first round of the best of 3. He needs to win one more round to advance into the next round, into the semifinals. Well played. Let's check in with another match. Let's check out what his Sapio is up to. There it is. Let me full screen that. Beautiful. A pretty good quality in Discord. So we got Hisapio versus Nefer also in, what do you call that? With the best 8 players. Wait, it's finals, semifinals, quarterfinals. What's before that? What we're seeing, we got different teams again. 3 air, 3 earth, dust, 5 rogues, 2 revenant, and on the other side going for the spore line with the 4 rogues. Seems like the spore is pulling ahead. Dodge chance with the extra heal, just very strong. Also triggering the first shields on the revenant just is gonna usually give you the win in the early matches. GG Quant. Nice thing you tried something else than Ramfire. We're seeing a few different decks already. Alright, here come the 6 rogues, which seems to be the current meta. It's either 6 rogues with spore or 6 rogues with air and dust. Last time we watched this, the spore was able to win it, but it could have gone either way. So let's see how this round will turn out. And then we can check back with Nefer and see their matchup, see the second round of their matchup. Here it comes, 6 rogues, 3 air, 3 earth, 2 spore. So going a little bit of a different line right here. Swapping away from dust into the spore. We now have a spore mirror match. But Hisapio already has 3 spore on his side. Big gyro roll. Not able to kill a lot of units though. Seems like Hisapio is pulling ahead. Nefer still got the big gyro here. But since Hisapio already has all his shields activated, I don't think that will be enough. Pulling ahead 3-0 already in this match. Nefer needs to find a tactic, a winning strategy now. Otherwise, he's gonna be out. Easily can do 350 damage in 1 turn. We're upgrading the Adorius, upgrading the Monkey, activating Mystic. And also upgrading our Ranger. To have big weapons. and a big armor. Let's see what Nefer got in store for us. Really fast placement around here from his Sapio. Still 50 seconds left on the clock. Sometimes you can do that ready up very fast to give your opponent the impression that you didn't reposition. But in fact, you did. But his Sapio stays pretty much the same positioning. And since, again, Gyro doesn't have the on Omega crit augment, he's just gonna not do enough damage to be the main carry here. And we'll see if Hisapio has enough damage on his side as well, because his main carry is kind of the Vermilia right now. And just sustaining with the 3 Spore stacks. Here comes the Vermilia damage. And we're able to take down our first unit on his Sapo side, giving those sweet, sweet shields to everybody. Alright, it looks like his Sapio is just out sustaining the damage of Neferpitu. There we go, clean 4-0 swipe from his Sapio. Crazy. Well played, well played. Well played indeed. Let's check back with Alexandre. He's already in the second match versus Chris. And it seems like he found his technique. He found his strategy, because 3-0, 3 green bars on top of here. And he needs one more win to take it home. Was it just a fluke? Did he just make it interesting for us last game and actually he can easily beat the Ramfire line? I'm really interested in everybody playing 6 rogues now, because yesterday when I played ladder, it was still 4 rogues with either a Gyro or a Ramfire carry. Now this has shifted to 6 rogues. I was assuming it would rather shift into bulwarks than into more rogues. But I guess if you have 6 rogues, you can overwhelm all the bulwarks. Or if the enemy just brings 3 bulwarks, you can overwhelm them really quick. Alright, we're spreading a little bit out on Chris's side, left and right. Alexandre is pretty much centered in the middle. His Monkey and his Adorius are main tanking. Here are the first shields for his units. Clean sweep from Alexandre. This should be 1-1, and now they're gonna play their final match. Alright, let's see who is next. I think his Sapio is in his next game, so let's watch him next. Oh no, they're still in the loading screen. Alright. But I think Alexandre will be ready to jump into his next game. Let's have a look at the leaderboards right now. Let's have a look at the brackets. Here they are. We have Brian in the semi-finals. Also his Sapi already in the semi-finals. And they're waiting for their opponent. So it's either gonna be Witty or Tech TW or Chris or Alexandre. I think Alexandre and Chris are gonna start their match very soon. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, right? Alexandre, maybe? Is it French? We'll never know. How are we doing, chat? How's it going? Who do you think is gonna win today? The Brian versus Alexandre. We are already in the next match, it seems. Wait, let me talk to Chris.
Into the semi-finals.
Hey, yeah. Is everything good?
Played. Let's check in with another match.
Oh shit, I hear myself. Hey, yeah.
So far,
Is
so
everything
good?
good? Why do I hear myself? Oh shit, I hear myself. Alright, we're just waiting for the next match. It's either gonna be Alexandre versus Brian. And then we have here Witty versus Tech TW. That should be finished very soon. They're in the second game right now. Alright, we're waiting for some matches to conclude, then we're gonna jump into the next match. Who's gonna take it? Who are you betting on, guys? Who is your favorite, chat? We have a small tournament going on with a decent prize pool and a decent meta. We haven't seen like really strong mirror matches. It wasn't like every unit was the same. Let's see who is next. We are waiting on the games to get started. All my co-hosts are still sleeping. But it's a very, very chill tournament. Nothing big. Just want to see how the meta is, how people like tournaments. We got a few signups. Many people didn't show up, but we got a decent amount of signups. Like 25 or something, almost 30, I believe. And it's a bad time zone for USA, right? Which is probably the biggest part of Illuvium. We're still waiting on the Brian. Then we can start this match. But we're chilling. No stress. I'm trying to get somebody to watch. We don't have a spectator feature yet in Illuvium. And I guess that's a big problem for tournament organization. And that's also one of the reasons why Illuvium hasn't been pushing too much for tournaments yet. Because we're still in beta. Game is still not perfect yet. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I think not for the launch, but soon after we're gonna get a spectator feature. I think soon after we should be getting a spectator feature, because that's the most important thing right now. Also, like a tournament setup inside the Illuvium client, so you could just invite everybody in there and have the brackets going on in there, but that's something very advanced. I think they're just gonna bring in the spectator feature, which would help the tournament organizers a lot, and that's gonna be it for the beginning. That's all we really need. That's like the bare minimum to have a running esports scene. Otherwise, it's all a little bit scuffed. Alright, a quick word from our sponsors. I have a video here from Illuvidata. It's the same video we used last time, but I think it's really good. How do I roll that? Give me 1 second. Little ad break. Let's try. All right, that app break didn't work. I can bring it in here. Yo.
Illuvidata, a companion app with a wide array of tools from databases, team comps, deck builders, guides, and so much more.
All your stuff for
Know the meta
your
and get valuable
needs.
insights on the most used
Meta
alluvials,
game, you got
augments, or
statistics, you got
synergies.
team builders.
Use the market to track the alluvial or lands you want to
Check out
purchase
Illuvidata.
and never miss a deal again. Access all the data you need on armaments, augments, and alluvials. Each entry in our database is packed with detailed statistics, inputs, and insights, all at your fingertips, equipping you with the wealth of knowledge to help you make better choices in Illuvium. View all the team comps and decks curated from the pros and the community, like and comment to your favorites, and let them.
Hey. That's that. And then our second sponsor besides Illuvidata is Arcade. It's a multi-chain GameFi infrastructure platform that gives token holders the opportunity to earn meaningful rewards from various play-to-earn games without direct gameplay or asset ownership. So basically, you throw some money in the pool, into this play to earn, for example, Illuvium pool, and then you can earn stuff from it without even have to play it. It's kind of a way to, I guess, stake without actually staking. If projects don't have staking, I think that will work pretty well. Play to earn rewards without actually playing or having any ownership over the assets. You just gotta be part of the mission pools of Arcade. Check them out in the description down below. You will find their link. The Arcade X. Now we're gonna talk later about it. We're gonna have more ad reads. I think we should be able to spectate the next game now. I think our contestants should almost be ready. I think Brian and Alexander are gonna kick it off very soon. The playlist, Quant, it's called StreamBeats. If you Google StreamBeats, you'll find it. It's a lot of copyright-free music. This is how we doing. What up, Bumbo? Alright, we're waiting for players to start the next match. To start in the semi-finals, we have the Brian, Alexander, Hisapio, and it's 1-1 versus Witty and Tech TW. Tech just informed me they had a game bug out and they both agreed to reset, so that's very sportsman-like from Witty right here. You love to see it. Let's see. Players should almost be ready to jump into games again. All right, games are coming up. Games are coming up right now. Thanks for being patient. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna see the third game between TechTW and Witty. Witty, one of the best players in the game. I've played him many times, high up in the leaderboards. Would be cool to answer in chat and not on stream on 10 minutes delay. True. I'm in chat. I'm in chat. Thanks, guys. There we go. We got some matches. We can watch some matches. We got Hisapio and Witty right there. So this is the third game and the winner will move on to the semifinals. TechTW versus Witty. Both really good players. They're both playing Spore, Air, Nature, Earth, 6 Rogues, 3 Empaths, and Revenant. So that's the first full mirror matchup that we see. And we have another match going on right here with Hisapio. Oh, they're not in the next match yet. Nope, they're not in yet. Let's watch Witty instead. Stop coming in here, Quant. What we got? What we got? Full on mirror match. Reselling now, down to 4 rogues. Bringing in the fire. Didn't get free fire yet though. Here comes the dust. Plus the earth. Rampy gets some augments. There we go. Now we got the free fire activated with the 6 rogues. And he's giving up nature instead of that. So enemy is rocking the nature. And Witty right here is rocking the fire. Free dust. How did he get free dust? Oh, he has a dust emblem. He also has crit on his Omega on the gyro. Most important augment in this matchup. First kill goes to Tech though. And he's stacking up the shields. And he's just snowballing from there on. As soon as you make that first kill, those shields are just gonna be coming more and more. There it goes. Witty is gonna take a lot of damage from this one, down to 290 health on his last life, basically. And this match is for the semifinals. It stands 1-1 right now. Whoever wins this wins the best of 3 and goes on to the semifinals. They're both in the money already, as the top 8 spots are getting paid out. But you have some big pay increases as you move up in the leaderboards. Is he happy with his setup? Does he need anything else? You Quants, get the fuck out. Nobody's supposed to be in here. Except... He's gonna come back in, I know it already. Alright, we got a little bit of repositioning to the left side. Do we have a pop out? Ooh, there's a pop out. That's gonna help a lot. There we go. Beautiful. All right, let's see it. We definitely have the better augment on our gyro, but those are pretty good as well. Stacking Omega power gives also a lot of damage to the gyro. You can see it already doing a good amount of damage. Here comes our gyro though. Also our Ramfire taking down a lot of units, giving us the shield from the Revenant. But here comes enemy gyro, doing a lot of damage as well. It seems like we're not gonna be able to get another Ramfire cast out. He might die in the air right here. Super close. Couldn't close it out. And there you have it. Tech TW moves on to the next round. Big respect to Witty for doing a rematch after Tech T bugged out in the game. That is very honorable. That's what you want to see. Alright, let's see if his Sapio is already in game. They're waiting on a game. Alexandre also waiting on a game. Let's see, where are we at? So, did they remake everything? I think it should be now Tech T versus Isapio and Brian versus Alexandre. Nobody's in a match yet. They're all still chilling, it seems like. Dude, by the way, for everybody who's complaining this is too early, I feel you, dude. I'm super tired. We should have started a little bit later. I wanted to keep enough room for a lot of people to come in. But since we didn't have so many signups, we could have started like 2 hours later. But the main reason to do this is to get practice in, so we're ready when we have the big tournaments and everything like that. Obviously, we don't have a huge production value today like Scoriox with his replays and everything. But we're just watching some games, having a little tournament. Oh yes, Alexandre did just confirm he's actually French. So how do you spell that in French? Alexandre. You have like a little, right? Can I put that in the French translator? We're going all out here. All right, where's the next match? Disqualified the Brian. What happened? Wait, let me check in with them. Yo, the Brian disqualified? Didn't show up? Or was there a problem?
Yes, he didn't come.
No, the Brian is playing against me right now.
He's playing versus you still.
Yes.
How many games do you have?
This is the third one. This is the third one.
Okay, alright. Yeah, let me know when you're out. I'm gonna check with the software. Sorry for waiting, Alexandre. How do you say it?
No problem. Alexandre.
Alexandre. Yeah. Do I say it right?
Yes.
Alright, good. Alright, sweet. Yeah, I'm watching your stream as soon as you start. Who is winning, Neil?
We are 1-1 and this is the last game. We are both at half HP, so we will see.
Alright.
Pretty close.
Fair. Don't let me distract you. Can you screen share maybe if we go into another room? Too focused.
Sorry, what did you say?
If you could screen share so we can see it on stream.
Oh, of course. Give me
All right, I'll pull you in another channel so nobody sees it.
Okay, should I share my screen here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, that would be nice.
I think I can't share my screen.
Right. Yeah.
Is that possible? I think I don't have the rights.
Yeah, I need to promote you. Right. Now it should work.
Okay.
Sorry, you have to do that while you're in the match. All right, all good. I'll mute. Thank you.
Can you see?
Yeah, we can see it. Thank you.
Okay, nice.
All right. That's so nice of him. About, I think it's a bit laggy, but it's definitely better than nothing, right? There we have it. There it is, guys. Beautiful. Beautiful. Third game versus Brian. We got Neil versus Brian here in the quarterfinals. Whoever wins this match moves on to the semifinals and is gonna play Alexandre. Yeah, we are in fact lagging a little bit, but it's better than nothing. Again, we're gonna get the spectator feature in the future. That might be... You can see Neil's rank right here. Platin 2. One of the best players in the game. And he's playing a crazy deck. Holy moly, what we got here? We got Nature, Earth, Water, Verdant, Bulwark, Colossus, Empath, Mystic. Damn. We're playing versus Inferno Spore. Classic team with the 4 rogues. So the main carry here, probably the Blaze Knight. Also, he's Sapio now in the game versus Tech T. Can swap to that game very soon. Maybe it's a little bit less laggy. Hey, there we go. Let's see. If he has a good new meta deck, Mr. Neil, then we're gonna see him anyway in the semifinals. Otherwise, it's not worth watching. Alright, we are in the match. His Sapio versus Tech TW. I don't know if you pronounce that name like that, but I think it sounds badass. Tech TW. And we are in the semifinals right now. Whoever wins this will move on to the grand finals. And we are playing pretty much a mirror matchup. Let's see if Tech T is also gonna go for the double spore, triple spore in this case even. In the case of his Sapio. The grand reveal right here. Are we gonna have another mirror match? I'm really excited that Neil is actually bringing another deck than the classic Spore, Rampfire, Revenant, Dust that we have been seeing for weeks now. Also in the old patch. Good morning. Alright, here we go. Pretty much a mirror match. 3 Spore, 3 Air, Nature, Earth, 6 Rogues. Yeah, straight up mirror match. We have a little bit of a different augmentation, so we have pure damage. Is it still pure damage, the augment? It got reworked a bit. But we have definitely crit on Omega, which is the best augment that you can find for your Gyro. Or in this case, still Rota. Let's go! What's up, Surfer Dude? How we doing? Welcome, welcome. We're watching his Sapio battle it out versus Tech TW. The stream is on a 10-minute delay, so yeah. Our interactions are not gonna be the smoothest, but that's what we gotta do to stay competitive, to give our streamers a fair chance and not give them a disadvantage by being able to be stream sniped. His Sapio here taking his another win. He is now 3-0 in this round. And he needs one more round to close it out and secure his first win in the best of 3 in this semi-finals. Alright, let me check if who actually won, if it's Brian or Witty. Alright, it seems like Neil won with his crazy toxic team. I just gotta update that real quick. Neil win. Reset match. All right, there we go. Neil is in the semifinals versus Alexandra. But let's keep watching his Sapio versus Tech TW, because whoever wins here moves on to the finals with the big prize. It's a tough one. It's a close one for sure. Hard to say what's going on with this camera angle. Alright, clean 4-0 sweep from his Sapio. He's gaming today. He had some really good rounds. Surfer dude, I'm watching Illuvium Arena tournament whilst playing Illuvium 0 and thinking about Illuvium YouTube Shorts ideas. They got you, bro. They got you. You're in the Illuvium Matrix. I kind of hope his Sapio keeps winning because his quality is so good on the on the stream. All right, we are in the second game. His Sapio versus Tech TW. Let's see how that goes. And I have to take a quick toilet break. I'll be right back. Alright, we are back, we are live. How is it looking? His Sapio is taking the first round. He's playing the same deck again. 3 Spore. Why change a running system? Never change a running system, that's what they say. He has a Revenant Rampfire counter, Brian says. I'm excited to see Neil's deck in action later on. But for now, we are in the match. Hisapio versus Tech T. Three air, 2 spore, 5 rogues, 2 revenant on Tech T's side. And pretty much the same build on Hisapio's side. Who gets the first kill? Who gets the first shield? That's the big question right here. Hisapio gets it, and he will snowball to the victory with that. I think evening CST is the best time. Yeah, we're gonna do different time slots for different tournaments. Today it's the morning. Next time we're gonna do it 12 hours later in the evening. We're gonna try to accommodate all different time zones over our tournaments and gonna be rotating those time slots. Our first tournament was in the evening, so this one is gonna be in the morning, or is in the morning. Alright, we see Hisapio here going for Warbrave Assault and for Sentinel Resonance Infusion. Tech is going for Empath. And Warbrave Assault is gonna be denied. Ooh. Alright, we might get a co-host soon for the grand finals. That would be really exciting to get Excel on here. Excelsior, rather. Everybody is getting the augment. This buffs your units, gives them all a shield in a medium area, and you can beautifully see here how he positioned his units around the monkey. That's about the range you need to get the shield. Range is getting it too. Beautiful positioning right here. Look at those shields. That's gonna be a huge boost in this matchup. Already starting with this amount of shields is almost gonna guarantee you the first kill, which then will snowball into the next shields. He's sacrificing his monkey here to get the Sentinel Resonance Infusion activated, but he's also giving the enemy shields. So that might not have been the best play. Let's see how it plays out. A little bit of a split. We're focusing Adoredo over here. Seems like Volante is going down. As soon as he does, here come the big shields. And that looks not as good as the last rounds for Hisapio. We might see a little bit of an upset happening right here. Tech may be able to come back. There we go. Tech T taking one match. And we are now both on around 600 health. Pretty balanced, pretty equal match. On to the augment phase. Fusion Igniter. Going for the Fusion Igniter, interesting. There he comes, onto the Adoredo. Adoredo able to stay alive quite a bit in this matchup since the monkey is getting sacrificed. Let me try something. Whoopa. Didn't work. Just leaking messages. There we go, now I can draw. So we're sacrificing the monkey right here to get the Sentinel Resonance Infusion buff. It buffs the furthest unit, the furthest ally. So in this case, the furthest ally is really not that clear to be seen, because usually what you want to do Let's put one unit over here, and then this Sentinel Resonance Infusion is gonna buff that unit. But right now, yes, Rota is still the furthest unit, so it's gonna buff the Rota right here, which is a good target for that Sentinel Resonance Infusion buff. Here comes the first Vermilia cast. Looks like Adorius is gonna go down actually from his Sapio side. We got the shields on Tech TW side, and it looks like he's gonna be able to take another victory right here. And he's gonna keep it interesting. By the way, everybody, stay tuned for the finals and for the semi-finals on the other side of the spectrum. Neil and Alexander are playing it out, and after this match we can swap over and see what they are doing. Yes, they're in a matchup right now. We can take a sneak peek. I want to finish watching this first though. Onto the augment phase, we got the momentum shield, the razor assimilator, and the reactive deflector. Stacking physical attack damage here. We got a shield for your team for 8 seconds here, and then we got thorns. Going for the shield, buffing even more his units, giving them even more shield. Now we are going into a little bit of repositioning. Usually around turn 5, turn 6, you're gonna have enough mastery points to reposition. So now we're gonna bring over our mystics to the other side, spreading out our units, actually bringing all of our units to the right side. Let's see if that's gonna work out for him. Yeah, wait. Guys, you can't be in here. I gotta remove you. There's a 10-minute stream delay for a reason. Alright, doing a little bit of a resell, bringing in the earth, upgrading the gorilla. 2 seconds left. Do it! No! He ran out of time. 1 Ascension token left. So far, his Sapio is leading 1-0 in this best of 3 match, so he needs another win to move on to the grand finals. But it seems like Tech TW is giving him a hard time right here. It looks a little bit better though. The reposition has worked out for his Sapio. Monkey's still alive. Here come the big shields, and actually his Sapio is gonna take a round, which will bring both players down to low health. And now they're both on their last life. If his Sapio manages to win the next round as well, he should move on to the next round. Actually, it's not over yet. We're still in it, but overtime should bring the win for his Sapio right here. Super close. All right. That means Tech still has a lot of HP to work with. His Sapio still needs to win 2 rounds to close out this match. We have Granite, Mud, Adaptive Reflection, and Time's Respite. Mud very strong in the matchup. We already have the Monkey upgraded, so that would give us another composite synergy. And then he's sadly running out of time. I keep missing that as well. There should be more visual indicators once the time runs out. And so he's getting Granite, which he doesn't really need. And he's giving away Adaptive Reflection and the Time's Respite. Let's see if that's gonna make a difference. He got the augment that he wanted though. He got Mud. He's gonna upgrade his Monkey now to be a Mud. Also upgrading his Gorilla to be a Mud and bringing in the Mud emblem. So now we have 3 Mud in this matchup, which reduces the energy gain, which reduces the attack speed of whoever they are attacking. So that's really good for him. And we're gonna put it on the Gyro. Gyro, other than that, no augments on the main carry. And that is basically making the difference here. I think as long as he gets the Sentinel Resonance buff, we're still gonna be good. We're gonna bring in Granite just for the fun of it. And we're gonna see who wins. We're gonna see who wins. Isapio needs this. If he wins this round, he moves on to the next one. There we go. Starting out with a lot of shields. Tech did not reposition, so the damage is spread out fairly even across the board. It seems like Tech is getting more kills, so he's stacking up some shields. Things to look out for here, the Adorius with the stacking physical damage. Not sure what that's on the Adorius. And we got the triple mud, right? So I think the triple mud should win the matchup, because as soon as they attack the right target, this target is basically out of the game and loses all his attack speed. What he's providing though is free kills with his mud illusions on the gorilla. It looks like his Sapio is winning. It looks like he made the right decision on the augment phase, going for the mud, giving away the other augments. And there you go. We're down to our last life on both contestants. Next match or next round wins this match. We got the Technoleecha, Synaptic Booster, and the Abyssal Purge. Abyssal Purge can be well paired with the Sentinel Resonance Infusion, because it both plays around sacrificing one unit. Technoleecha, always good. Stealing energy, stealing damage. Goes on to the Vermilion. Interesting that he's not itemizing his Gyro first, but Vermilion, a very strong unit as well. Especially since Dust is not that strong anymore, Vermilion kinda sees a revival in its damage. Because usually in the last patch, Vermilion was just down at 0. Omega Power didn't do anything. But now Dust is only temporary. And that's why nobody's playing Dust. And that's why Vermilion finally has full damage casts again. Alright, next match is gonna be... We're gonna check out Alexander's and Neil's match as soon as this concludes. Also Mud in the enemy team, bringing 2 Mud. Leveling out the playing field, evening it out. And he also got the Umber, activating the Slayers. So really interesting board. 6 Rogues, Empaths, Mystics, Revenants, and Slayers activated from the side of Tech. And he seems to be getting some kills. There's some shields popping off for both sides. We see a lot of white bars for both sides. His Sapio getting more and more kills right here, getting more and more shields. It seems like his Sapio is pulling ahead. Also killing the Adorius. It's gonna be a close one though. Tech TW coming back with some kills. And it seems like red is a little bit ahead here. Actually now blue is pulling ahead. It's gonna be a nail biter. Looks like his Sapio was able to finish it out. He's gonna move on to the finals. Congratulations. And let's swap over to the other semi-final match. Right here. Oh, they already played one. They already played a match. Alright, let's check out the brackets. See where the standings are at. Oh, they're joining right now. So who won the first game? That's the big question. Who did win that first game? They didn't report it yet. Oh no, first game went to Alexander. He was able to beat Neil with the very, very interesting deck. Not a meta deck. He crafted something special for this tournament. And we're gonna see it right here. And whoever wins this match is gonna face up in the finals versus his Sapio. We are in the semifinals right now. Second game, first game went to Alexander. So he needs to win one more to win the best of 3. And we're gonna ask the final contestants in the grand finale if they want to do a best of 5. We could do that. If not, we're just gonna keep it best of 3. Alright, classic 4 air opener, 2 rogues. For Alexander right here. He's gonna look through the enemy team because that's a funky one. That's not what we have seen on the leaderboards. Neil probably crafted this specially for the tournament. He's doing the very classic opener with the 4 rogues, 3 fire that we have seen with the Ramfire. So maybe he swapped up his strategy and actually goes for a Ramfire carry right here. The Ramfire Gyro carry. And that's what I found interesting with the new patch and everything, that we actually, even though we play a lot of mirror matches, they don't feel as mirror matchy anymore. You have so many different lines. You can make the Gyro the main carry, you can go into Mud, you can go into Slayer, you can go into Ramfire, Phantom. Like, you have a lot of options. Even though everybody is kind of playing a mirror matchup, you still have a lot more diversity in those matches. Looks like Spore is the real deal since we can put augments on the counter. Yeah, Spore looks alright because we don't have the clumsy anymore and stuff like that. But I don't think it has... Yeah. Basically, the augments that counter Spore are... You cannot bring them anymore, so you have to find them. And that helps Spore a lot. Because the clumsy augment just straight up countered Spore. Like, it countered it completely. If a Spore can't dodge, it's completely useless, that trait. You reduce the energy of the enemy a little bit. I love this symmetry right here from Alexander. It's just so aesthetically pleasing. Both sides looking sharp. Looking sharp. Let's see if Neil is actually gonna go into the Ramfire line. Yes, he's playing Ramfire Revenant. Stage 2 right now. Both the Verminio and the Ramfight. Versus the already Spore activated Air and 5 Rogue 2 Revenant of Alexander. Gets the first kill on the Ramfight. And he's now stacking up the shield. So Alexander got this round. It's a pity we didn't get to see Neil's specially crafted deck, because now he went into the classic line. But he said he's gonna share it, he's gonna do a video about it. So we can stay tuned for that. His Sapio is waiting in the finals for whoever wins this match. Alright, we are upgrading to not Adorius yet, because we're already getting the Spore with Adoredo. So we have 3 Spore activated now with our Ranger, Vermilier, and Adoredo. Plus we have 5 Rogues, we want to get up to 6 Rogues. So 1 more Rogue is probably coming in right now. Who is missing? I think he's asking the same question. We don't have enough mastery points for another one. And he's actually encountering the bug where you have to upgrade your units first before you buy some. Because they cost 40, even though they don't cost 40. Oh, it got hotfixed. Alright, never mind that. Alright, next round. So far it's 1-1. 880 health and 730. Alright, looks like Neil is taking this one. He got the shields, but Ramfire will go up in the air right now and probably one-shot his whole team. Did a fair amount of damage. And now he got all the shields from all those kills. Neil taking round number 3. Reduce enemy shields by 30%. Everybody's favorite new augment. Shield Breaker. Especially when you play against Revenants. That's what you want to be going for. Alright, we also got the match versus the 3rd and 4th place. Missed attacked, it should work now, I gave you the roll. Alright, we also have 3rd and 4th place match being played on the side, and as soon as we find a winner in this one, we're gonna swap over to that one. Alright, let's see. We got Air, Fire, Inferno, Empath, Rogue, Mystic, Revenant, Classic, Revenant, Inferno deck versus the new meta. It seems like Spore, Air, Nature, Earth, 6 Rogues, Empath, Mystics, Revenants. How's it looking? How are we doing, everybody? Who is winning right here? We're killing. We're getting shields on the side of Alexander. Here comes the Ramfire cast, going into shields, doing no damage. We don't have any offensive or real good augments on the Ramfire. And just not enough damage to get through all those shields. Triple Spore really shining today. And I think what you need to break through is crit on Omega on the Ramfire. So you don't have to play Phantom, you can play Revenant. Or if you don't get it, I think he should maybe swap over to Phantom now, just to get the damage to burst through all those Empaths, for all those shields from the Revenant. Or we'll see how he plays it. The advantage with this 6 Rogue build is that you also have the Gorilla, so in the late game you can go into double Mud. You also have the triple Nature, so you're not wasting any... You're really not wasting any synergies. Basically you're giving up the Gaze here, and instead getting everything else activated. We have the stacking Omega power on the Gyro, which gives him a good win condition in the late game. Positioning wise, he is deciding to keeping his Mystics together. Swapping them from right to left, putting his small rogues onto one side, so maybe he can assassinate, and splitting up onto left and right side is usually a good idea in the late game. You want to cover both angles, both corners. Here we go, next round. If Alexander wins this round right here, he's gonna move on to the grand finals. Here they come. All the enemy rogues are on our Mystics, but as you can see, with the Spore, able to survive such a long time. Now the Monkey Stun comes in as well. And not gonna get another heal out on the Adorius, and now everybody's on the Gyro, which is the main carry of this composition. Gyro rolling out again, but just barely dying to the Inferno damage over there, and it seems like Neil is gonna take one round off Alexander. But it's not over yet. The Spore is just too strong. Our Spore Ranger is just marching through the enemy team. Now getting the shield, being able to survive, and that should do 220 damage if both units stay alive. Doesn't look like it though. Nope. Neil still alive with 90 HP. And now we're gonna move on to the next round. Alexander going for Omnisource and Visionary Vanguard. Neil prioritizing the exact opposite, so both of them got what they wanted. Let's see if they can utilize it, if it's gonna make the difference. Both augments very strong. Stacking Omega Power, really good since we don't have the permanent dust debuff anymore. And also just extra attack damage, extra attack speed on the other augment, very strong. Giving that to the monkey, swapping sides on the monkey, trying to outposition his opponent. And that's what's fun too now. We have so many mastery points. You constantly have to reposition in the late game, which is a good practice, I think. I think we should get a little bit more... Sorry. a little bit more Ascension tokens in the late game. So, because now we have mastery points, we can still upgrade units, but we just have no tokens. And it feels kind of bad. So maybe starting with round 5, it would be nice to get 3 Ascension tokens per round. To speed up the late game a little bit. Get those late game builds in. But all his important units are already upgraded. We got the Mud. We got the Spore. We got the Gorilla, the Gyro, the Vermilier, the Monkey, and the Adorius all fully upgraded. And the rest is just the small rogues, which don't need it so much. Back to full screen. I know it's not the best quality, but it should be good enough, I hope. The tournament is a good event in the brink of the new arena. You should get supported by Illuvium. They're gonna sponsor tournaments in the future again. But as you can see, there was like, I don't know, close to 30 signups. So I don't think... Yeah, they don't think it's worth it yet. Oh, Neil doing a full transition into his other composition. That's interesting. We got Nature Earth, Verdant, Empath, Bulwark, Mystic, Templar. Templar carry, Verdant for the sustain. And it is looking okay. Oh, big heals coming in. All these units staying alive. Verdant is healing so much. But the next Gyro roll could seal it all. The only thing Alexandra needs is 1 kill. And Gyro is trying so hard to get that kill. There it is. There is another one. Stacking up those shields. And he has stacking Omega Power. So the next Gyro roll is going to do a lot of damage. Almost one-shotting the entire backline. But didn't quite do it. And now probably Neil is able to out-sustain the damage. And win in the overtime. Big Adorius heal coming in for Alexander though. Which might even give him the win. Looks like it. GG's. Alexander moving on to the finals. Neil is going to play it out for the 3rd or 4th place. Well played, you two. Let's swap over, look at the standings. GG's, well played. Thanks for participating and make sure to play out for the 3rd place. There we go. Here we got the standings. We got his Sapio versus Neil in the finals. And Tech TW versus Neil for the 3rd place. And Alexander versus his Sapio in the finals. GG's. I think we're gonna stream the match for the third place first, and then we're gonna do the grand finals at the end. All right, quick word from our sponsors. Thank you to Arcade, and thank you to Illuvidata. Talking about Arcade, Arcade is a multi-channel GameFi infrastructure platform that gives token holders the opportunity to earn meaningful rewards from various play-to-earn games without direct gameplay or asset ownership. Multi-chain GameFi exposure, a single hub for exposure to any chain, any game, any guild, or any activity. And also thank you very much to Illuvium. We got this little video for you. Check it out. Hope this sound comes through though.
Illuvidata, a companion app with a wide array of tools from databases, team comps, deck builders, guides, and so much more. Know the meta and get valuable insights on the most used alluvials, augments, or synergies. Use the market to track the alluvial or land you want to purchase and never miss a deal again. Access all the data you need on armaments, augments, and alluvials. Each entry in our database is packed with detailed statistics, inputs, and insights, all at your fingertips, equipping you with the wealth of knowledge to help you make better choices in Illuvium. View all the team comps and decks curated from the pros and the community, like and comment to your favorites, and let them know how their decks or comps performed for you. Create a guide on how to pilot and execute your strategy, provide tips based on early, mid, or late game, and the optimal positioning of your alluvials. So what are you waiting for?
All right, thank you Illuvidata, thank you Arcade for sponsoring, and we are in our match for the third place. Gonna bring it up on screen right now. Here we go. We're gonna be spectating TechTW, whatever you want to call him. He's the man. He's playing for third place versus Neil, and we're gonna see if he can beat him. They're connecting to the match right now. Everybody having a nice Easter weekend, celebrating with family, getting drunk, finding some colored eggs in the bushes. I don't know what your traditions are on Easter. We usually like to color up our eggs and then hide them in the garden. That's it. And then we find those eggs. If you don't find them, you smell them later, weeks later. Can't wait for a spectate feature. But for now, we got this and it's good enough. Here we go. Game for the third place. Neil versus Tagged W. We got the interesting team of Neil right here. I'm really curious if he's gonna be able to pull it off. He had great success until he met Alexander, who was able to take him down. We're playing single elimination match to have a quick tournament. And we have Maladaptive Resonator versus the Spore. It's a really good augment off the bat for Neil right there. And let's see if Tech is actually gonna play around that and not gonna go into triple Spore. Starting with the Ramfire opener, redeciding to actually play the air opener. Which is interesting since we see the Maladaptive Resonator, the clumsy augment coming in from Neil, might counter the air already. The dodge chance that air provides will be countered by the augment. Clumsy, if you didn't know, removes the ability to dodge, which makes Spore pretty much useless, which also reduces the value of air a lot. Opener from Neil here with triple earth, triple bulwark, so he should usually lose this first round. Air is countering earth right here. You can see it, the hyperactive bar, that yellow bar is going up. The higher it gets, the more bonuses those units get. And once the hyper bar fills up completely, they're gonna double those bonuses. And gonna be super, super strong. Happening right here with the Vermi right here is an empath. So once its hyperactive is activated, he's gonna get a lot of health regeneration to all the units around it. Grand final match is hopefully gonna be waiting for us, and we're gonna see who takes third place in this matchup right here. Going for 5 rogues, bringing the augment, true strike tempo, also giving you, once you have true strike, you also cannot be dodged anymore, so this also counters the Spore, counters the air, but Neil doesn't seem like he's wanna go for air or Spore. He's going, we got Dust Air versus Nature Verdant. So Neil is playing his special deck that he brought for this tournament. His deck that wanted to rule the Ramfires, destroy the dust, bring the Spore down to its knees. And we're gonna see if it's gonna happen in this matchup, in the match for the third place. Neil having a lot of sustain with the triple nature, the double verdant, a lot of heal, and he also brought the Templar right here, the Fern. Is that a Fern Knight yet? No, I think it's just a Fern. So we only have one Templar activated at the moment. It seems like Verdant is gonna be able to out heal Tech's deck right here, and Neil is gonna take the second round. Now they are both equal up in HP. Going for the Phantom augment, gonna provide that Phantom trade so he can go for Revenant and Phantom, giving him all those Revenant shields while still maintaining the Phantom damage. So that's going to be very good for him. Let's see how he's going to transition into that. Here comes the Ramphy. Definitely going to play that now since we got the Phantom trade. Maybe not yet. Going for the Gyro first. And making the Gyro a Phantom is going to be so good for him. I just hope he's gonna have enough time to bring in the Ramphy, bring in the Rampfire, and activate Phantom for Rampfire and the Gyro. And that again is really the beauty of this new patch. You have to adapt. You get new augments, you get different stuff. Suddenly you have a phantom trait and your whole line is gonna change. Now you have to somehow bring Rampfire, even though you wanted to play around this Slayer Dust composition that he's playing right now. Alright, let's see. Gyro got stunned out of his first roll. That is huge for Neil right there. Nevertheless, Tech is getting kills, is getting those shields from the Revenant kills. Shields are gone. Here is the next target. Is dropping pretty low. Verdant is trying to heal against it. Seems like a close-up. Another kill, another shield. And now we're going for the Ranger. Ranger is also getting focused pretty good. Is trying to heal against it with the Verdant. Goes down. Revenant shields coming in. Gyro rolling one more time. And as long as Tech can keep killing units, he's gonna keep getting those shields and gonna win the overtime. It's gonna be super close because the Gaze here is putting out those heals. The Verdant is pulling out those heals. And if you have heals in the overtime, that's gonna be very, very good for you. Because you're gonna be able to sustain that overtime damage and win in the overtime. And that's basically what Neil's team is based around. With the Tree Earth, with the Verdant, with the Nature, Templar, Bulwarks, Empaths, everything designed around sustain, trying to survive till the overtime comes and then just out-heal the opponent in the overtime. Here comes the ramp fight. I think he should go for the ramp fire, but instead, so Phantom is... Phantom actually works already on the ramp fight. Ramp fight is a fire Phantom and activates Inferno on the ramp fire. So this is looking very promising for Tech right here. He got some very, very high damage Illuvials on the board. Slayer, Phantom, Rogues, 6 Rogues. Doesn't have the Ranger bonded yet, so I hope he doesn't forget about that. No! Oh, he didn't bond his Ranger. Does he notice? Is he gonna notice? That's rough. Basically losing dust here. I don't know what class would have been. Probably Slayer or also Phantom on the Ranger. Gyro rolling in, doing so much damage now with the Phantom. And the ramp fight damage also almost one-shotting everything, but they're able to all heal back up so fast. Right, we have our little marker friend back, so I can highlight stuff. So this is the main problem I feel right here. Tech TW. Is he getting nervous in the match for the third game? He does not see it, I think. He needs to bond his Ranger. He needs to get those extra composite affinities and classes. We're on a 10-minute delay, so he cannot look at the stream. He gotta find out himself. I cannot tell him. I really would like to. Monkey coming over here, trying to get a nice stun into everybody. There we go. Here comes the bonding. With the Rampfire, swapping to... Fast, swapping to the Staff, and now we have Revenant activated as well. He's going for the triple Phantom, huge damage. 3 Phantom, 2 Slayer, Empaths, Rogues, everything on the board. He's playing it by ear. He had to change up his tactic because he got the Phantom. He needed to bring in the Ramfire, which he didn't do in the past. Really solid setup here from Tech. Let's see if Neil is going to be able to out-sustain all the damage that's going to come in. Triple Phantom, I think Gyro and Ramfire is just going to one-shot everything. Alright, hopefully for him, the Gyro is not going to get stunned out of his role. Again, getting stunned out, very synchronized with the Fernite right here, who is casting so many times. Ramfire did a lot of damage, wasn't able to one-shot everybody though. We're missing some offensive augments on the Ramfire. Here comes the big roll from Gyro, a little bit too little, too late, and Neil is gonna take the first round in the match for the third place here in the event on the Ascension patch. GG, Mr. Neil. Good luck, Tech, for the next round. We want to see 3 games. We want to see you succeed. Wait, Neil got the true side, 40% AD and augments. Yeah, Neil played it good, I think. Neil got the right augments. And I thought Phantom would have more impact, Gyro Phantom, but Gyro got stunned out of his cast. That was a big problem. If Gyro was able to roll in there, he probably would have lined up pretty good with the Ramfire and they would have been able to one-shot the entire enemy team. But sadly for him, that didn't happen. We're gonna load into the next game. Neil needs one more win to secure 3rd place, secure better payout, and also more tournament points for the overall global tournament rating. Not the best augments right here. He's going for the stacking attack speed, I believe that was. Checking again on that weird team that Neil brought. And he's thinking, he got different lines to go into. What should I play? Should I play the Spore line, the Dust line, the Mud line, the Ramfire line? Like, this is by far not as monotone and stale and mirror matchy as we're used to in other patches. I think we all can agree that this patch went into the right direction. The game is way more fun and a little bit more dynamic. Of course, there's still RNG in there. Of course, there's still mirror matches, and this patch has been rushed, right? So there's not much balancing has been done and stuff like that. Inferno was nerfed a little bit, but it seems in a good place. Like, we haven't seen many Ramfire carries or many Inferno or many decks based around Inferno. The most dominant thing that we've seen today in the tournament is triple Spore. And the second most dominant, I think, was Dust. But Ramfire a few days ago was the only thing that was being played on the ladder, and right now it's not the core unit of every deck anymore. Alright, next augment phase. Again, not ideal. You want to find that crit on Omega. That is by far the best augment right now, because it fits in so well with the Gyro, with the Ramfire, and also even on a Vermilion it's going to be super strong. Going for the Spore here. Tech is staying true to his line that won him the last rounds, that he's had success on before he went up against Neil. But Neil is bringing the crazy decks. So Tech is gonna get a little bit creative here. All right, who is winning round number 2? Round number 1 went to Tech T. And it seems like round number 2 also going to Tech T. This time Neil doesn't have the clumsy augment, so this time Spore is going to be more effective against him. Oh, can you see that on screen? No. Alright. Yeah, I kind of scammed our co-host, Excelsior. I told him that we would be starting in like 40 minutes, but now we're already over. Because the tournament went on way faster than I expected. Inferno going to Neil, so that gives him the late game option to go into Inferno. But on the other side, Tech right here got the augments, got the Warp Wave Assault, and that's gonna bring him immediate value right now, and that's what he needs because he wanna keep the pressure up. He wants to end this in the next 2 turns. Alright, what we got? Gyro Carry, Vermilia upgraded as well, both fully augmentized. Augmentizationalized. They're buffed up and ready to rumble. I think Tech is doing a very good job keeping up the pressure. He's not letting Neil breathe here. He has the 2 fully upgraded units with the 2... both of them rocking 2 really good augments as well. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna have the big wave come in, giving everybody some mana, stunning the enemy team. Did we miss it or did it never happen? I think it's sometimes bugged. That's a pity. Big stun here from the monkey. And basically, Tech's team has a really good focus. Single target focus, is able to burst down a few units in the beginning. Gyro not doing a lot of damage with his roll, so it seems like Neil might be able to out-sustain him right here. Neil is up 1 game already. So if Neil wins this, he's gonna take 3rd place, and then we're gonna move on to the grand finals. Let's see, can the Verdant Nature out-sustain the Spores in the late game? Spores need 1 more kill for those sweet, sweet shields. Gonna be a close one, but Neil is taking that round, doing a fair amount of damage to Tech. Tech still on 800 HP though. And he definitely has to go for Surge Module. Stacking Omega Power is gonna be so strong. But he has already his units augmentized, so he would have to resell them, lose an Ascension token, and that's why he goes actually for the stacking physical damage right here. I wonder what that boost that gonna be the carry for. Probably the Gorilla. Now upgrading the Monkey to get Mystic, or maybe the Flood first. There he comes, going for the Gaze here. Also repositioning them. As soon as you ascend them, as soon as you upgrade them, you can reposition them to another side. You get a free reposition with that. Also upgrading the Monkey now. Goes all the way in the corner. I hope for him it's not gonna get bursted down too fast, and it at least gets out 1 stun. Here comes the Ador. Not really changing much, giving him the nature stack instead of the earth stack. Augment going onto the Monkey, doesn't have really good other carries anymore for those Augment. And I think, for example, the Omnigenic this augment right here could have gone on another unit, so you still have one slot left on your main carries where you can bring offensive augments like that. What we're gonna see, we have a little split left and right. His main carries are stuck on the tanks right here on the bulwarks. Gyro rolling back and forth, but doing no damage with it. We're missing the offensive augments right here on the Gyro, on the Vermilier. And we're just missing a little bit of that burst damage that we had last round with the Ramfire, with the Phantom. And still, Neil was able to out-sustain that. So this time it looks even more one-sided in the favor of Neil. And it's lagging a bit, but we know what's gonna happen. Neil is taking yet another round. There we are, high speed. Alright, Tech might be down to his last life. He has 300 HP left. That can easily be done. That can easily be dealt in the next round if Neil wins with a few units left alive on the board. Let's see what Tech is going for here. I think he needs to upgrade his Mystics. He has to get at least the 2 Mystic stacks going. He's gonna decide to sell the Rogue here. And indeed, he upgraded to Spore. Doesn't have Mystic, but he has 3 Spore now going on for him. And basically, one win condition, by the way, is the Spore augment. But I think people have realized by now, if you get 4 Spore, you just insta-win the game. It's the most interesting tournament from viewer side. That's nice to hear, Dr. Gamer. Obviously, our production is not like super high quality, right? We still need spectator mode, then we would have nicer quality in-game and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just a quick little fun tournament for the community. It's not really a marketing tournament, it's just because the leaderboard rewards are gone. So I thought, why not have a tournament? Why not have something exciting going on this weekend? And if we can convince more sponsors for the next weekend, we're gonna have another tournament. I would like to do this every week. If we cannot find any sponsors, I might be able to sponsor it myself, at least like $100. I don't know if people are still happy about that. I feel like people just want to play tournaments, right? Like me personally, I don't care too much if I earn or if I place 4th place and I get $5 or I get $10 or I get $20. Like it's more about just winning or getting into the money in a tournament. I don't know. For me, it's just cool to win anything, to be in the money in a tournament. I don't care so much if it's $10 or $20. And I think many of the community have the same feeling, so we're just gonna keep going with small tournaments, small prize pools, just to, you know, get practice in and be ready for the big stage once it happens. Neil taking down Tech T in a 2-0 with his Verdant Templar Sustain deck. Well played. GG. And we're gonna swap over to Isapio for the grand finals, everybody. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Isapio versus Alexander in the grand finals for the Ascension tournament. I'm gonna let them know that they're ready to go. They waited for us so we can watch it all. Who do you guys think is gonna win? Is it gonna be Hisapio or Alexander? They're playing similar decks. Let's check out the leaderboard. Let's check out how their road to the grand finals went. We can see it right here. We got Hisapio 2-0 versus Dr. Gamer, 2-0 versus Nefer, 2-0 versus Tech T. So he's had a very clean tournament run so far. Didn't lose a single round. And then on the other side, we have Alexander. 2-0 versus Gypsy, 2-0 versus Chris, 2-0 versus Neil. They are both undefeated. My God. That is as good as a final as you can find. 2 undefeated players going up against each other. And yeah, they're gonna start the match in a minute. I think they're both ready. Yeah, they're sending codes now. We're gonna jump into the game in a minute. Another word from our sponsors. Thank you very much for sponsoring to Arcade and to Illuvidata. Arcade, if you didn't know, is giving you exposure to NFT assets in the top play to earn titles. You get the ability to earn rewards from direct in-game activities, no gaming experience or NFT ownership required. 2-token system, Arcade and X Arcade, which X Arcade is in the prize pool today for platform exposure and utility. Optimal exposure to play to earn games revenue without the headache. Hey, we're not getting a headache here, come on. Multi-chain game exposures, Ethereum, Sol, BSC, Matic, and many more. Illuvidata is your favorite, your best Illuvium companion app. Illuvidata.gg. You can build decks, you can find guides, you can find stats, meta-analysis, everything. They're gonna be the one platform you're gonna go to for everything you need from Illuvium that you cannot get directly from Illuvium. I love the project, I love the team, they're doing great work. Check out illuvidata.gg and also Arcade. They have a Discord, they have a Twitter page. I'm gonna link it very quickly in the chat. So yeah, check out illuvidata.gg and Arcade. I gotta find their email first. JP, we're in a game. There we go, Arcade to earn. I'm gonna link it in the chat. 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna link Illuvidata a little bit later on. But let's jump into the game for now. Let's see the finals, the grand finals. Hisapio versus Alexander. And man, I'm spelling his name every time different. Alexandre. That's how you pronounce it in French. Oui, oui. C'est bon. And we are in the grand finals. Both of these players undefeated. Had a perfect tournament run to the finals. Haven't been defeated once, so this is a perfect final. And that's what you got. That's what we get. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you everybody for playing. I hope you had fun. I hope you won some money, and we're gonna hopefully be back with another tournament next week with hopefully more co-hosts if I let them know early enough and don't rug them, because I told them we're gonna be in the finals now, but we're gonna start the tournament now, but we're already in the finals. That's alright. It's a low effort, high fun stream anyway. We're not going crazy. We're chilling. And first round goes to Hisapio. We're seeing a little bit difference in the first build. We got 3 air versus 4 air. So Alexander's... How did that happen? Oh yeah. Hisapio brought a gorilla, but it could bite him in the ass later on, because gorilla, when he uses his Omega, he creates an illusion of himself. And this illusion taunts units, and basically 2 hits and it's dead. The problem, Revenant, it's giving you free kills, free shields from the gorilla illusion. So it's a risky move to play the gorilla, and you have to position him very good to not actually lose value from that. Alright, I have my marker back. I can highlight stuff. So yeah, the gorilla is creating an illusion. And then this is an easy kill for the Revenant. We will probably see it here as they're playing Revenant. No Spore activated, no Dust activated. So it looks like Hisapio is in the lead here. And hopefully he's gonna get a kill here on the gorilla. Yes, sir. Stacking up those shields. And I say hopefully just because I'm viewing from his perspective, right? I do have no biases. I am happy if either one of them wins. All I want is 3 matches. All I want is a good matchup. Jack Dan provides a lot of damage to your rogues, but usually not as valuable as other traits. Tsunami can be good. Vanguard probably not gonna be voted for. And then we got Sentinel Resonance Infusion. He's going for Tsunami and Vanguard. Let's see what Alexander is going for. Okay, gets both of them for free, and the other 2 go to Alexander. I love that. They have different priorities, and we're gonna see how it works out. How much value, how much value they can pull out of these augments, and if they made the right decision. Upgrading to Spore Adorito plus bringing in the Empath Earth Monkey. Now we have 2 Nature, 2 Earth stacks, ready to activate one of those. On the other side we have already 5 rogues, also bringing in the 5th rogue right here, getting the 3 Earth, and also the Nature rogue. And that's the final build, everybody. 3 Spore, Air, Nature, Earth, 6 rogues, Empaths, and Revenants. Beautiful. I feel like that's the overall new meta deck. And a little bit sad that Neil didn't make it into the finals with his special deck. The only guy who hasn't been playing a meta deck or who has crafted his own meta deck for the tournament. Which is really nice to see. Not many people can do that. And we get the first kill for his Sapio right here, activating the shields. Here comes a kill for Alexander though. And he is getting more and more of them. Now his Sapio needs to wait till the shields are gone, till he can kill his next unit. But Alexander is just killing and killing and killing, keeping those shields up, snowballing away. And takes round number 3. And comes back from 2 losses in the first and second round. Vermilia right here, trying his best with the triple Spore, is healing a lot, but as soon as the gyro casted, he's dead. And Alexander focusing a little bit more on damage. We have this damage augment, and also Sentinel Resonance gives a lot of augments, where we can see a lot of unused augments on the side of his Sapio. He's gonna try to change that right now. Siphon Matrix, really good if your Adorius can stay alive though. That's the other question, because he's gonna be main focused. All the enemy units are gonna jump in here and they're gonna focus his Adorius. So having the monkey inside might be bad news for the Adorius. Going for the triple Spore now on the Ranger, or just upgrading the weapon and the armor. Still having Vanguard and Tsunami, so it was probably not the best call to go for those augments, as he couldn't utilize them yet. Maybe it's more something for the late game, but he doesn't seem anywhere near getting the Vanguards. Alexander taking his time. His Sapio is already ready. Let's turn up the music. Grand final in the Ascension tournament, first tournament on the new patch, and we have seen a lot of cool decks today. We have seen the classic decks, which is this right here. That's the new meta, it feels like. And then we have seen a crazy deck from Neil, going for Verdant, Templar, Sustain. Able to beat Ramfire with that, which was very impressive. Ramfire with Revenant plus Phantom activated. Or actually it was 3 Phantom and no Revenant. Alright, Rebel right here just having the perfect augment. Stacking Omega power plus Omegas can crit. That's all you really need, and it's gonna show in a second once he rolls over here. One-shotting almost all the targets he's hitting. And that's really making the big difference. Your main carries need some good offensive traits to do that much of damage. We're still in the first match, right? Abyssal Purge, pretty good, but a unit has to die first, which is usually a bad omen anyway. Omni Surge module, reducing the enemy Omega power, pretty good, but just the Omega power stacking that we have over here is gonna outperform this one. So it seems like his Sapu is having a bad luck day on his augments, doesn't have really good offensive augments. Has very much defensive augments and also augments that he cannot use yet. So his value on the board is just so far behind in this mirror matchup. He's going into 5 Earth now though, so changing up the matchup a little bit. Everything else stays basically the same. Let's see if Alexander stays on the 3 Earth, 3 Spore instead. Why did we drop? Oh, we got Dust now as well. We got Dust and Spore. That could help with the blind, with the ability power reduction. If you have the right timing, it could save you a lot. Alright, let's see it. His Sapu is on his last life, 240 health left, so he cannot lose this round. It looks pretty bad here. Units are dying. Nice shields from the Adorius. Actually, both Mystics still alive. But here comes the roll from the Gyro, one-shotting half of the enemy team. And that should be it. Alexander takes the win in this first matchup in the finals. Well played. Both very well played. I think Alexander played the augments a little bit better and also got luckier on the augments. Was able to pull ahead here.
Can you hear me all right, Pat?
Yes, Neil. What's up?
Hello, man. What's up? I finished my game on the tiebreaker. Do I have to do something else, or can I leave?
You can leave. Thank you for playing. Well played. Super sick team that you brought, and I'm gonna contact you for your price and everything.
Oh, thank you very much, Pat. And I hope the team is useful for you guys. And well, thanks for organizing this. You rock.
No worries. I hope we can do it again next Saturday. I hope we find some sponsors. And I think we're just gonna do regular tournaments, but with just smaller prize pools until we have like launch and until we have enough people playing and stuff. Just for the fun, for the practice. Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah. The schedule is going to be the same always, or because it's pretty tough for me to wake up this early on Saturdays.
Yeah, we're gonna rotate the time slots. I think next one is gonna be like 12 hours after this one, so flipping it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Because right now it was good for Australia, Asia, bad for USA, and then we're gonna flip it, and yeah, I hope everybody will find times in our tournaments.
Brilliant. Brilliant, Path. Alright, take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Have a good one. Peace.
Peace.
That was Neil, number 3 in the tournament. He played well, and he brought the spice. He brought the funky team, which I appreciate a lot, because this was kind of my goal for today's tournament. At least have one surprise deck. I was just hoping somebody would craft some crazy deck for today, and Neil did it. So maybe I'm just gonna send him a disc extra to his price. I think Wildfire used to do that too, right? For like people that brought off meta decks, they would give extra disc prizes. That's a nice idea, because that really spices up the tournament. Alright, same opener coming in from his Sapu right here. Same opener that we have seen him do before. Hey, no stream without a little lag spike. We're back. We're still in the first round right here in the finals of the Ascension tournament. And Hisapio versus Alexander are facing off in this best of 3. Should we make it a best of 5? I have to decide now. We should have decided before. I wanted to do a best of 5. It does make sense, I think. It does make sense. Alright, I think we're gonna play a best of 5. It makes the most sense for the finals. We're gonna have a bigger sample size and not so much RNG dominated. Devastation Surge, there it is. That's the augment you're looking for. That's the best augment in the game right now. And last game Alexander had it, this game Hisapio has it. Let's see what Alexander pulled though. But I'm glad that RNGesus is on Hisapio's side. Ooh, there's a spider. You guys like spiders? I used to hate them and now I don't mind so much anymore.
Dude, how fast?
Where are you? Alright, it ran away. Yeah, let's do a best of 5 for the finals. Makes the most sense. We have a short tournament anyway. Might as well stretch the finals and really find the best player in Illuvium. Big shields coming in for Alexander. Got the first kill. Volante dying right here. So it all comes down to the next kill. Getting 3 kills on the gorilla, and the gorilla illusions. And that seems what made the difference right here. Alexander taking the second round, 1-1. Alright, we got the legendary augment phase, which happens 2 times per match. Before round 3 and before round 6. Nobody needs frost or nature, so they're going for Arctic Dominion and Inevitable Ruin, reducing physical resistances by 50%. I think that's the right call. Going for nature here, not bad. Giving up Inevitable Ruin for that. Alright, let's see. Round number 3, bringing in Devastation Surge. Now his Rota can crit, his ability can crit, which is gonna boost the damage incredibly, because he has a lot of crit chance already. So from now on, usually always his ability will crit. And once we get that to a Revo and to a Gyro, it's gonna do so much damage. 1 Ascension token left over, which is fine. This will carry over to the next round. You can have a maximum of 1 token, carry over to the next round, where you then will receive 2 more, and then you will have 3 Ascension tokens in total. And then you should use at least 2 of them, so you have at least 0 or 1 tokens left. So you don't lose any tokens. Because tokens are the most valuable thing right now in the arena. Usually we run out of them in the late game. Everybody wishes they had more. Looks very good for blue right here. Here come the shields. Blue is leading a lot, but this side didn't get any shields, so it looks like Adoredo might even be going down. But because he's dodging so much, the triple Spore is healing. He didn't know Spore, every time you dodge an ability, you heal. And that's why Adoredo was just not going down. And that's what all this new meta evolves around, that actually our Mystic with the triple spore stack is very tanky. So if you want to counter that, you want to get that True Sight augment, you want to get that Clumsy augment, the Maladaptive Resonator. Going for the defensive augment, buffing up his Adoredo even more. This guy is never gonna die. We also have the Grit and Resolve augment on him. Becoming an Adorius now, activating the Mystic with the upgraded Stage 2 Monkey. And since we have this Grit and Resolve augment on him, he's gonna buff his allies in this area. So all of those units down here are not getting the Grit and Resolve buff. But I don't think he minds too much. But he could squeeze all those units a little bit closer to Adorius to make that happen. We are here in the grand finals of the Ascension tournament. Who won the first round? Alexander won the first round with his offensive augments. So he needs to win 2 more rounds to close it out, and his Sapio needs to win 3 more rounds to win. They're playing very similar decks with a little bit of differences, different lines, different progression. For example, his Sapio is playing a Gorilla, where Alexander is playing a Lolura instead of the Volante. Here we can see the Adorius tank. Look at that. As soon as it gets damage, it heals full again. Same with the enemy Adorius. Actually, Alexander's Adorius was very low, still staying very low. And now the Gyro is getting focused, which is very bad for Alexander. Losing his main damage dealer right there. Sapio still has the Rota, is gonna do a lot of damage, but not enough. So basically, Sapio is trying to out-sustain right now, and Alexander is trying to out-damage. It looks like a close one. Blue is pulling ahead though, and Blue will be winning this overtime with the shields. And with just more units alive on the board. Alexander down to 75 life. Down to his last life. He cannot lose another round. Otherwise it will be 1-1 in the finals here. Alright, can we still draw on here? Does this still work? Yes! Beautiful. I love my little marker tool. So we got the upgraded Gyro main carry with the Devastation Surge. So damage is good on his Sapio side. We also got the fully augmentized Adorius with good defensive augments. So also his tankiness is pretty good. And then we also got physical reduction here. So even more damage coming in. On the other side, we also got a pretty good itemized Gyro doing a lot of damage. And also some defensive traits. So I would say his Sapio just from the augments is a little bit ahead. But then again, Alexander's Rogue had a way better roll into more units. It seems like his Sapio's Blue's units just have more focus here on single targets, getting all those kills, getting all those shields. Enemy Gyro didn't do much, and his Sapio has it in the pocket. 1-1 in the grand finals. It's gonna be an interesting one. Not bad, not bad. I'm pretty sure it's 1-1. I should keep track somewhere. Give me a second. Yes, it's 1-1. On to the next match. There we go. Both players. Basically, we're in a best of 3 now because it's 1-1. Both players need to win 2 games to be the winner of the Ascension tournament. Not really good augments here for his Sapio. Techno Leecher is very slow but can be powerful. Here comes the Vermi with the Techno Leecher. That's a good call. 3 air plus the Gorilla. Same opener, don't change a running system. It worked last game, might as well work again. And I think a lot of it is gonna come down to the right augment, the right legendary augment especially. I think both matches so far have been decided in the legendary augment phase, because both players have been prioritizing different augments and they really made a difference. In the first game, Alexander was able to get all the good offensive traits, just running over his Sapio. And then in the second round, kind of the opposite happened, where his Sapio had those perfect augments and was able to just power down Alexander before he could respond to that. First round going to his Sapio. Son boy, greetings! Again, not really good augments. A little bit of Omnivamp doesn't help that much. Pure attack damage, probably the best call. It's only 20 pure attack damage though, so it's not huge, but it definitely boosts the damage of Gorilla a lot. Here we come for the Vermi upgrades, going for the Spore on the Ranger. And then we are bringing in the last of our rogues, activating Air. And going for the armor right here. Armor on the Ranger. Means in the next round he can sell the armor and have some extra mastery points to work with. Pretty much mirror match, but Alexander didn't go for the armor. Big cast from Familiar, getting the first kill, getting those shields and the second kill. Here comes a little kill from the enemy team towards the Gorilla illusion. But now they're gonna finish it off, and his Sapio takes round number 2, pretty dominating, gonna do a lot of damage to Alexander. It's gonna be down to 600, I believe. Let's see it. Ha! There you go. 600 on the dot. And it seems like 2 more wins, and his Sapio is gonna have this. Now this is where it matters. Legendary augment phase. We got Spatial Disruptor, which gives Clumsy, counters the Spore. And I hope both players go for that. Otherwise, I think this augment is just gonna win the game. Yes, both players securing 3 coins on the Clumsy augment. And both players getting another augment instead. We're going for triple Spore, double Mystic probably, upgrading the Monkey to be also a Mystic. Positioning them together. Adorito is our main tank with the Spore. Downgrading the armor. Boom. Activating Nature and Earth 6. Ah, it's beautiful. It's a thing of beauty. Down to 0 mastery points. Getting all those traits, full board, all those traits activated. You love to see it. I certainly love to see it. It's a thing of beauty if something is that optimized that you go down to 0 mastery points with a full board on turn 3. Alright, what we got? Who dies first? Seems like blue got the first shield, but half of the team didn't get the shield, so still fairly even. Looks like blue is getting more kills here though. Yeah, his Sapio is dominating this round. I'm gonna ask them to show us the damage graph sometimes. I'd really like to see how much damage Gorilla is doing with the pure damage augment. Look at that. It's a perfectly optimized board. I don't know why people didn't find that faster. It's so beautiful. Everything activated. Nothing left out. We see a similar play on the enemy team, but Alexander seems like he's going for 3 water, probably with the ebb. With the ebb instead of the monkey. There we go, ebb comes in, 3 water, 3 spore, 3 air, 3 nature. Also a lot of things activated. 3 kill on the Adorado though is gonna be bad news for Alexander. Who gets the next kill? Blue is getting those shields, blue is getting the kills. Is gonna snowball this fight away, it seems like. Yes, another kill. And blue, his Sapio takes down red Alexander in game number 2. Game number 3 actually. So it's 2 wins for Hisapio, 1 win for Alexander. Hisapio needs 1 more win after this round to secure the finals, to be the best in this tournament, in the Ascension tournament, first tournament on the new patch. Hisapio is 1 win away from the grand prize, grand victory, all the fame, all the champagne, all the cocaine and the bitches. Sorry, I had to say it. I'm joking. We're just giving out some tokens and some dollars. That's it. That's all. Alright, quick word from our sponsors. Make sure to follow Arcade and Illuvidata. I'm just gonna read you some details about... Oh, you can see it right here. My beautiful spreadsheet. Alright, let's close this. Arcade is the multi-chain GameFi infrastructure platform that gives token holders the opportunity to earn meaningful rewards from various play-to-earn games without directly game playing it yourself or asset ownership. So check out Arcade and check out Illuvidata. I'm gonna play their clip and be right back.
Illuvidata, a companion app with a wide array of tools from databases, team comps, deck builders, guides, and so much more. Know the meta and get valuable insights on the most used alluvials, augments, or synergies. Use the mark.
Alright, we gotta cut this because we're already in the 4th game. Maybe the last game actually. If Hisapio wins, he secures the win. Where is it? There we go. So Hisapio was able to get the True Sight augment. So his Rota will never be dodged. And this is countering the Spore a little bit. It doesn't give the Spore clumsy, so other units can still be dodged. But Rota's attacks will never be dodged. We don't see the augment yet of Alexander. Hisapio taking round 1, as he has been doing throughout this series. And yeah, just bringing in the augment that you get in the first round is gonna help a lot with securing that first win in the first round. Omnigenic Modulator reducing the enemy Omega power is pretty good. But Synaptic Booster also pretty good, giving you heals and attack speed on takedown. Going for the minus Omega power on the Gorilla. Gorilla is gonna be casting a lot, and now we're gonna go for the upgraded Vermilion, giving our range a spore. Bringing in the Air Volante to clean up our positioning. Last time he was going for an armor here. Will he do it again? Yes. Let's see if Alexander also goes for an armor this time. I think he forgot about it last time. Also, he doesn't have an augment on yet. Maybe he's waiting for the perfect unit to bring it on. Let's see, here comes the Vermilion. No augments yet on the side of Alexander, so definitely Hisapio is the favorite player here with 2 good augments already on his units. Ranger is going down here, so first shield is going to Alexander. And he keeps on snowballing, keeps on shielding. And round number 2 going to Alexander, even though he didn't bring augments. Very interesting to see. Dominated him, did a lot of damage, down to 760 health. Going for the Void Cleaver Catalyst. I think Sharp Start might even be better, because 80% physical and energy resistance piercing is gonna do a lot of damage on the gyro. Let's see if one of the players secures it. Let's see if Alexander will actually go for it. No, they're both going for Void Cleaver. They know something I don't, because they have played this matchup many more times than me. So I'm sure that Void Cleaver would have been the best choice here, and that's why they denied it from each other. Upgrading to Adorado, giving us another Spore stack, bringing in the Monkey, probably upgrading the Monkey now with the last Ascension token to get... No, we don't need it yet. We're just gonna bring in all the little Volantes to fill up our synergies. You can see it right here. Everything is activated, everything is ready to go. And we're gonna do the classic Hisapio circle right here. This positioning is very good for augments that buff your units in a medium area, because all those units are in a medium area to the Gorilla. So that's the reason behind this positioning. Adorado has been doing a good job tanking, and we're splitting up the damage. Some are going on the Adorado, some are going on the Volante, and nobody is dying yet from the side of blue. Looks like Gorilla is gonna go down here. Who's gonna get the first shield? Enemy Adorado is going down. Blue is getting the shields. Hisapio is pulling ahead and getting another stack of shields right there. And the next unit is going down. He's snowballing from here, winning round number 3. And he's one step closer to winning the tournament. If Hisapio wins this round, he wins the tournament. Vermilion is trying its best to out-sustain, but it just cannot win the 1 versus 8. A lot of damage. Alexander down to 480 life. That should be enough to survive 1 more round, but not if Hisapio wins it very decisively. We got stacking physical damage here. We got Indomitable for 4 seconds, which can be a really, really good augment if you put it on the right unit. It's gonna go on to Vermilion, which usually is not much in trouble anyway. It's the tankiest unit on the board. But if he managed to get everybody attacking Vermilion, that is gonna be huge. Here comes the upgraded weapon and armor for the Ranger. Down to 0 mastery points, full board. Looking beautiful. And again, I wish both of players the best of luck. I don't have a favorite, I don't have a horse in this race, but we're watching from Hisapio's perspective. So we're gonna talk for Hisapio. We're on his side, just because we're spectating him. He's taking down the enemy Adorius almost, but here comes a lot of heal. Who gets the first shields? It's gonna be most important. If Adorius goes down here, he probably loses the round. Adorius goes down, also the Ranger. Looks like Hisapio is gonna be able to secure this round as well. If he doesn't lose many more units, he's gonna be actually able to do 480 damage. And it looks like that. Maybe Hisapio is winning the tournament right here. Let's see it. That should be enough damage. That should be 500 damage. Hisapio in the finals with a 3-1, taking the win. Winning the tournament, winning the first Ascension tournament on the new patch. Congratulations, Hisapio. Well played. GG's. Wow, that was a nice finals. That was a nice tournament. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for participating. We're gonna try to do this next week again, because this was a lot of fun. Next week we're also gonna have a co-caster. I hope I was enough for today. And we can look the final standings. Okay, let's close this. So here you can see Arcade. Make sure to follow them. Thank you very much, Arcade, for sponsoring this tournament with Illuvidata. So make sure to follow Arcade to earn on Twitter. I'm gonna be posting them in the chat. And also make sure to follow Illuvidata. You can also find them under illuvidata.gg. That's their homepage. But also gonna post their Twitter handle in the chat. And let's check out our final standings. There we have it. Hisapio in first, followed by Alexandre on second place. Neil was able to win the tiebreaker for the third place. Fourth place, Tech TW. And then we have 5 to 8 right here. The Brian, Chris, Witty, and Nefer. Congratulations, everybody. Those are the people in the money. Top 8. Well played, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, I'm gonna see you tomorrow back on another stream. Is tomorrow still March? Because we have been doing March Madness. We've been streaming every day. Tomorrow is gonna be the last day of March. That's gonna be 31 streams in the month of March. And I'm gonna see you back again next week with the next tournament, hopefully on Saturday. Stay tuned for that. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, on YouTube. That's where I do my main content. That's where I try to keep everybody informed on my ongoings. We also have a speedrun challenge coming up, but we have to figure out the details for the speedrun challenge in the overworld. Yeah, we're gonna talk more about that on stream tomorrow. See you then, and have a wonderful day. Thank you for participating. Thank you for playing. I see you in the next one. And let's do a little fade to black. Goodbye, everybody. Subscribe. It's free. It takes 2 seconds. Click it. Click it now. Adios. Peace.